All right, I want to keep refactoring this a bit. So another thing that we can probably do is get rid of this subtract from total method because now we're just getting the sum of these two values. So this should never be a negative number. And that was kind of one of the reasons why we did this, is because we wanted to subtract from the total, but we couldn't also initialize, do like a find by or initialize, because let's say there were a bunch of activities, but for whatever reason there were no totals, then it would just subtract the distance from the total, but that total wouldn't have existed yet. And also this is pretty much doing all the same stuff that we're doing now. So let's just get rid of this method here, clean this up, and I think if I go up to after destroy, we can just do create or update total, clear this out. Let's just run Rails T test models activity test and see if that passes. So that's good. Let's just commit that actually. So and we'll just say remove unneeded method. All right, so we have that. That's good. The next thing I want to do is this is more just a little cleanup. Everything I'm doing here could actually be done with this method here, beginning of week. So what I really can just do is starting on, I can just set that to, I think self.date.beginning of week. And that will take care of all that calculation. And furthermore, I think in the activity test, well, actually, let's do it this way first before we update the test, and then I'll update the test after that. Okay, so that still works, so that's good. That cleans it up. I like that. Let's go into the activity test, and I think it starts right here. So starting on this would really just be, let's just do like time dot zone dot now. That should be okay. That's the only place we're doing it. So let's run that again. Okay, here we go. So here's the problem. Should create total record when saved. Now I did just delete. I wonder if this is just an, oh, you know what it is? It's because, well, that shouldn't matter actually. I was thinking that like this test is always gonna start today. So right now it happens to be Wednesday, but the beginning of the week should still be this, unless, did I just forget to put beginning of week on that method? Maybe I forgot to do that. Let's just run this particular test. Oh, okay, so that worked. Cool, so let's just commit this. And we'll just say use beginning of week method. All right, so that's good. Let's just run the whole test suite. So Rails T. Awesome, that passes. And let's just run the system tests. Awesome, so that's good. I think this puts us in a good place for the activity model right now. We refactored it a lot, and I should say the activity model and the total model, but we refactored it a lot. We have this simple, concise method here, and what else do we do during this? I mean, this was a big one, and then also just adding the distance in miles, adding that here, that was good. So I think we really cleaned this up to a point where we're ready to start probably building the interface for totals. So let's just run a quick git status, and we'll just push this up. And I think we'll start working on the interface in the next one, but I guess while I'm at it, since I pushed that up, let's go into GitHub. Let's just merge this into master. So let's just say build total model, or not build, but build total model. Create a pull request. We'll do the same thing where we squash everything down into one. So let's just see here. Yep, squash and merge. Again, I just like to keep a paper trail of all these things. I feel like most of these are useful commits. Like there's sometimes where you might have made a commit and it says like, you know, white space or spelling or something. You can get rid of those sometimes, but it's really just personal preference. So I'll squash that down. And let's delete that branch. And I think that should be it, right? That should be good. And I should say the reason I'm squashing everything down is it's just like there's only 18 commits for master, which I guess more personal preference, but like all of these are kind of important in the sense that they're like, they encapsulate like big features, but everything is still saved into version control. I just like doing it that way where you squash everything in. So we'll catch you in the next one.